Hello everybody, my name is CrackCrusader, and welcome back to Crusader Reviews. If you haven't already, please leave a like and subscribe. Now today, if you haven't read the title or just clicked on this for whatever reason because you were bored, I am reviewing Ghostwire Tokyo, a game I played a few weeks back. And if you haven't been here before for my last review, or you just don't remember what I do reviews by, I review games through 3 categories, and then give a percent out of how I think they are. So my categories are story if they have it, gameplay, and graphics. How does it look? Gameplay-wise, it's pretty good. Like, it's okay. Because you got a few attacks. You got fire, a charged fire attack. Your air attacks, which also are charged and like normal. Right? And your water attacks, which I don't ever really use because I just think they're bad. And you have another attack, which is, it's supposed to be a bow, but because I have a fancy skin on, it's a kunai. Now, it doesn't really matter. Now, overall, the gameplay, fighting is kind of boring. That's, a really big thing you do in the game. The reason it's boring is because, when you're not fighting a boss, which boss fights in this game are, really fun, when you're fighting, a main boss. But when you're just fighting, story, or just your normal enemies that you find are the flying ghouls here, or umbrella people, or the school children, whatever you're fighting. It's not really nothing really changes. There's different types within them, but overall it's pretty much the same. If you fought one umbrella person before, you'll know how to fight the others. If you fought one school child, how to fight the others. Of course, there are a little bit of there are enemies that don't fall under that category, mini bosses and everything, but they just really don't matter. They're such a small part of the game. And of course, there are the spirits that you need to collect and bring to phone boost. You can collect their spirits, or the money and XP. Now, honestly, I find this really boring, but it is something you have to do. You don't have to do it, but it is really your biggest way of getting money and XP. It is probably the most boring part, because you'll constantly be coming back here and doing this, and kind of just a killjoy. And there's one more thing I want to talk about, and if I can find one, I'll show it. Normally they're up in the sky. Oh, which reminds me, by the way, in this game, when it rains or snows or whatever, the, rain or snow is actually Japanese kanji for what it's doing. So right now it's raining, so the kanji is the kanji for rain in Japanese. And if it was snowing, it'd be the kanji for snow. Ah yes, here it is. So another big part of the game are these tengu, which you can use to get around the map. And there is a stealth mechanic to the game. I find it boring because I don't really like stealth in games, and it's a little interesting. Oh, here comes a boss. Yeah, so this is one of the boss type enemies here, mini boss. They're not really super difficult to deal with if I can land my shot. It also brings me to, you have this ultimate ability which allows you to slow down time basically, and gain multiple uses of abilities. So that's pretty powerful. And yeah, so that's really it for gameplay, honestly. And you have to clean these shrines so you can open up parts of the map. And yeah, that's basically it. It's pretty simple. Graphically wise, the game is really nice. Like, the game does look really good. And yeah, that's like, yeah, the game looks really good. Because like when it's raining, the rain actually does look like really nice. And for the most part, it's probably the second best looking game graphically wise I have seen. Because if Elden Ring's the first game, which I'll be reviewing Elden Ring in a few weeks, if you would like to watch that, subscribe. And yeah, so this game is the second best looking game I've seen. It's pretty good. But of course the graphics don't account for everything. And the gameplay's okay, but games are more than just gameplay. Because this game is actually a single-player story game. And you might be wondering, well, what does that have to do with anything? Well, the story kind of sucks. Now you got, like, mini, like, side quests and other things you can do in the game, but overall, I just don't feel really attached to any of the characters or anything. And you get reasoning for what you're doing, but it's just not... It's not very powerful. Like, the main boss or main villain is so dumb, like, his reasons for what he's doing. Like, not really dumb, but it's just... He's not fleshed out. The main villain's not fleshed out, so you just don't really care. And Akito's not really fleshed out either, or KK. Of course, Akito does have more story development than everyone in the game, because as is the main character. But you don't really get a lot of it till the end of the game, which is kind of a problem, because it just becomes an exposition dump. But nothing you can really do about it. Now, I'm gonna have to rate the game like a 67%. Because overall, it's not broken, like gameplay-wise, if you want to play the game. It's like a good pickup, because it's like not broken for a AAA game. Like most games have, like Call of Duty Vanguard or Battlefield 2042, like... We've been disappointed by so many AAA game titles where it just doesn't work. This game is nice. There aren't really any glitches or problems. It does look really nice graphically. Just it's not, still not what a AAA game should be. It's not got a great story. It's, I don't even really understand a whole lot of like why I'm doing what I'm doing in the game for the most part. All I know is that the main character's got his reasons. And I think I said this earlier in the video, like at the start, but I wouldn't pick up the game unless it was like $40 American or $50 Canadian, because this game being $80 for Canadians and $60 American just isn't worth it. And it's a game that just, I think should have been better. It looked cool, but that's not great. Not much to it. But yes, if you would like to subscribe or like the video, please feel free to. I definitely wouldn't not want you to. It does help me out. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.